I already shaved her ears with a 10. Just be careful you don't go too far into the top of the head and the inside of the ears with a 40. So now I have a 7 blade, and I'm going to start behind her brow and give myself enough room to blend. And I'm going to start behind her eye, again leaving myself enough room to blend. So again, this is a 7. I'm also doing the flat work with the 7. I did a 4 attachment on her body. I'm just blending off into that. On the bottom jaw, I'm going to reverse my 7 and I'm going to take all that stuff out of that corner. And do the same on the other side. Again, make sure you leave yourself enough room to blend. If you take the 7 blade right there, you're going to not have anything to blend and you're not going to get the head correct. I'm checking to see if her head drops off back here. It's actually not very bad. So I'm just going to blend off the top of her head, and then I'll blend all that in with thinning shears. So that you want this space to be the same as this space. So you're going to have to adjust accordingly for your dog's head. A lot of the pets we see have a big bump here and their head drops off right here, and you have to make that adjustment in order to get the head to look correct. And do the same thing on this side and clean out that underjaw into the fold in the lip. Don't take all this off, you just want to get up underneath of that and clean that out. Now I'm going to move to my thinners. Do the top of the head into the neck. So I'm just going to keep my thinners flat and continue that head plane. And then once I have that blended in, then I'm just going to blend the back of this into it. These are an old pair of Jody Murphy thinners. I know everybody's going to ask, what thinners are those? These are an old pair of Jody Murphy. I don't think she makes them anymore. I'm not sure what they were called, but I like them. They work well. And I'm blending this into where I shaved the ear with the 10. Don't forget behind the ears. And you want to go in and blend that flat work where you did the 7 into that cowlick. All this around the ear. Same thing on this side. Going to edge the ear leathers. Again, I did a 10 on the outside of the ear. I did a 40 on the inside of the ear. Head plane from the front should be cylindrical. From the side should be a brick. So the first thing I usually do is get the brow out of the way, and I bring this plane from here to here down. So I stand on the side so I can see what I'm doing, and I bring and clean that out. Depending on the shape of the dog's head, you're going to get a variation in pets. Some dogs will have a really nice plane there with not much stop. Some are going to have a lot of stop and you have to leave more fill in here, but the brows are separated. So again, I'll move the brow out of the way. I'm going to fluff this stuff up and get rid of all of this. And I'm basically just making that the same length as I did right here. Now I move to the outside corner of the eye. Should be tight. So I'll take my thinner straight up and down, get rid of all of that. Keep blending into the side of the cheek. You're fine. You don't want that to dip in there. You don't want it to be too bushy. They do not have a bushy face. So you want that to be one straight flat line. It's a lot harder on a dog who's had, like this dog's hair, who's been clipped and scissored a bunch of times. There's not a lot you can do with the texture. It's not as easy to get a correct look. Now you want to take everything from this corner of the nose to the corner of the eye. And I just part it, pull it up, and get rid of it. You want to expose their black nose, so get rid of all that on the nose. No hair should hang over the nose, and you should be able to see that big black nose. It's one of their traits. So no hair hanging over the nose. Stop. The beard does not start, and the mustache does not start way back here. I usually start it about where the corner of the lip is. So I will comb all of that stuff out, kind of fluff it up. You can see what sticks out of the plane. And I'm going to take it off. Slowly blending into the longer stuff down here at the mustache or beard, whatever you want to call it. Comb thin, comb thin, comb thin. If you get too crazy and take too much off, you're going to hollow something out really quick. The underjaw, just keep blending all of this into it. Eyebrow. Sometimes I'll lift that stuff out of the way and get it really tight there. You want the eyebrow to be an extension of the head. Stop. So they should be well blended, like they're just another piece of the head. I like to pluck some of the eyebrow. Helps it come back in for next time too. It's easier to work with hair that's a little bit coarser. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. You might want to switch sides. the eyebrow out of the way. Blending in that cheek. Blending that brow. Again, from the side, you want that straight, flat brick look from the side. I mean, from the front, you want the cylinder. Again, all this stuff from the corner of the nose, the corner of the eye. Comb it up. Just keep tweaking until everything blends in. When they open their mouth, there shouldn't be anything poofy sticking out. See the brick from the side, ears forward, brick shape from the front. More cylinder. If you try to make it squared off from the front, which a lot of people do, you're going to have too much hair in all the wrong places. It should be rounded from the front. Everything should look like it grows naturally that way. There's nothing poofy here, nothing poofy here, no big puffy faces. Under jaw, basically just going to blend off what you already did. Some people like the beards taken shorter. If that's what they want for a pet, then by all means take it shorter, but I recommend you use thinning shears to do so that it doesn't wreck the look of the dog. Still will look natural if you use thinners. And that is basically a quick and easy way to do, she is over it, to do a pet Airedale head.